Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of the Ultimate Princess Cut Diamond Guide. In case you have not watched part 1, you can click the link above here on our YouTube or from the description below. So in this part 2, I'll be filming the diamonds myself under different light setup and guide you on how you can pick an ideal princess cut diamond. Now I'm going to do something interesting by placing the diamonds under a colored paper to show you the true effects of when a diamond has light leakages. Here I have two princess cut diamonds. The one on the left is an ideal princess cut, which is as good as it can get for the princess cuts. It has ideal proportions where its table and depth percentage are in the ideal ranges. And under the ASET scope, it shows a higher amount of red areas. Now this is one of the best princess cuts that you can find in the market and is as good as it gets. Next to it is another princess cut that is of an above average performance. This is still one of the better performing princess cut that you can typically find in the market. As you can see under the ASET image, it shows slightly less amounts of reds and more amounts of green areas. Now the reason why I'm placing the diamonds on a color paper is to show you how obvious the light leakages are, where you can see through the diamond into the green colored paper. You'll notice that about 30 to 40% of the diamond is green in color, showing the paper underneath the diamond. These are where all the light leakages are at. These light leakages are the dead zones in the diamond, where no matter what lighting conditions you see the diamonds under, it will never perform. Also, you notice there are very few of those bright white areas. That's because princess cuts generally don't have strong light return, and this is just the way they are cut. And I have to remind you that these are considered one of the best princess cuts available in the market. Another reason why I'm using a color paper is so that you can truly see the light return of a diamond. A lot of vendors that sell princess cut diamonds, especially online, tend to show them on greyish or white background. This makes it very hard to truly analyze the diamond. This is because all these light leakages would become greyish in color, which is from the background, and it confuses a lot of buyers into thinking that that is the light return of a diamond. What is actually happening is that all these light grey areas you're seeing are actually the light leakages. Now here's the cushion brilliant compared to the ideal princess cut. You can easily tell which is the more brilliant and brighter diamond here. This high level of brightness you see in the cushion brilliant makes it stand out so much more. Even at tilted angles, when I start moving the paper, you can see that the brilliant manages to retain its light return and brightness. Likewise, the octagon hearts and arrows diamond appears much brighter than the princess cut. You hardly see any green areas at all in the diamond, and it remains very bright and brilliant. The octagon is another highlight performing diamond with very minimal light leakages. You don't have to worry about what color gold you set the octagon on or any dirt or dust underneath the diamond at all. It won't reflect or have any see-through areas on the diamond and remains white and bright at all angles. Finally is the decagon hearts and arrows diamond. Out of all the diamond cuts, the decagon has the highest light performance with an extreme level of brightness. It's designed to even outperform the super ideal cut rounds. That's also why you can see the intense white flashes of the diamond even at tilted angles. Do note, this decagon is also a G color as well, which is the same color as the princess cut. Despite them being the same color, the decagon looks way whiter and brighter thanks to its extreme light return. You can say the decagon is the best of cuts. Now in this next scene, I'll be showing the diamonds under natural daylight. Right now, I'm filming the diamonds by the window where there is a mixture of a little sunlight shining through. This is to show you how the diamonds would look like outdoors on a typical cloudy afternoon. When we compare the princess cut next to the cushion brilliant, you can immediately see which is the brighter and more fiery stone. The princess cut has much smaller facets, which gives it that fragmented or crushed ice effect. And because of the weaker light return, you can see how much darker the diamond is under these natural lighting conditions. The cushion brilliant, on the other hand, has more larger facets and stronger light return. This gives it those large, bright and white areas and colorful fiery flashes you see at the table and crown areas of the diamond. The octagon is another highlight performing diamond that appears equally as bright and white. You can see the additional facet patterning in the diamond, which is giving it a high pattern scintillation effect. This is thanks to its higher faceted count of 88 facets, where it has a higher amount of fire, especially at the crown angles near its girdles. And finally, we have the decagon again, where it shows you the pinnacle of light performance, of what happens when you push the boundaries to its limits. It's the perfect harmony of art and science, where it's designed to get the best combination of brilliance and fire. This is why, with the invention of these new fancy shaped, high light performing diamonds, the princess cut is losing its popularity and is a falling trend. As better and more innovative cut gets introduced, the princess cut diamonds are becoming more of a vintage cut of the past. However, if you're keen on getting a princess cut diamond, do continue watching this video, where I'll be going to teach you how to choose an ideal princess cut diamond and important tips to look out for before buying one. Now, for princess cuts, there are several things you must pay attention to before you buy one. In order to find a good princess cut, you need to focus on its proportions over here and its light return, which is also known as its cut. The cut is basically what makes a diamond appear brilliant and fiery, or in other words, what makes it look good. Unfortunately, if you notice on the GIA certificate, GIA does not grade the cut of fancy shaped diamonds, including the princess cut. This is because they do not have a system developed to measure the cut quality of fancy shapes, as there are just too many variations of it. The first step to find an ideal princess cut diamond is by looking at its proportions over here. The best proportions for a princess cut diamond is to have its table between 62 to 68% and the depth to be 64 to 75%. This is to help weed out bad proportioned princess cut diamonds that would affect its light performance. And it's also important to have the ratio to be as close to 1 as possible, where you can get its measurements here. This is to ensure that the princess cut is a square shape rather than a rectangle. For example, these are the two princess cut diamonds over my hands. The princess cut on the left is within the ideal proportions of 68% table and 74.5% depth, whereas the princess cut on the right has 70% table and 73.1% depth. And so, the princess cut on the right has a slightly wider table that exceeds the ideal range. You'll notice the princess cut on the right appears darker and duller, even though both of them have the same G color grade. Another point to pay attention to is the number of chevrons the princess cut diamond has. Chevrons are the additional facets on the pavilion of the diamond, which can be seen on the GIA certificate. How you can count the number of chevrons is by counting the number of lines inside that X-shaped diagram. For princess cuts, they are usually cut in 2, 3 or 4 chevrons. Basically, the more chevrons the princess cut diamond has, the more facets it has. Visually, more chevrons would produce more fire and scintillation effect, as the diamond has more facets. However, with more facets, it also means that the size of the fire is smaller. When it comes to 2 chevrons, although each facet is bigger, which produces larger fire, the diamond will look very dull and flat looking as each facet gets too large. This is why the more popular preference is towards the 3 to 4 chevrons. So there you have it. This concludes our princess cut diamond video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.